Hey everyone, welcome to a new episode of my Megapark. Now, the Megapark is getting bigger and bigger, and I kind of want to start working on a new themed area over here. But first, before I want to start here, I want to fill in this gap that we have between the hotel and this mountain. Now, first off, I thought about extending this putting course to over here. But I decided it will probably be nicer if we extend a bit of a mountainous area to over here, just because mountainous area is probably a little bit more impressive to look at. And well, this area already has quite a few roller coasters, so I kind of want to do something else. So for this area I've decided I want to do a mountain bike rental. So yeah, it will simply have a station here, then it will have a hilly course, I think with two circuits, and then then it will return to the station. Now, there are not actual bicycles in the game if you don't use custom scenery. So what I will be using here as the closest thing we have will be the Monorail Cycles. Now normally these are really slow, so we'll put a chain lift on the track just to make them go a lot faster. Alright, I will now just first lay out the track, see if I can come up with something that I like, and then after that I will start doing the landscaping around it to support it. Now, you'll see me building this with a different track. The track will be invisible in the end, by the way. But yeah, if I build this, if I continue building this as Monorail Cycles, I can only do these kind of turns, and I can't go upwards. So yeah, if I change it, for example, to steeplechase ride, then I can also build upwards with these Monorail Cycles. Now, just like with the other monorail cycles that I made somewhere else in the park, I'm going to extend the station backwards, just so I can fit more bicycles or monocycles on it. Well, they're bicycles, whatever, monorail bicycles. Anyway, just like I did here, I want to fit more of them on the station than you would normally be able to have. So here I made a curved station, and just like there, over here I'm also going to extend the station a bit, just so I'll be able to have a few more bicycles. So here I'll take this last piece of station and I'll just copy it here, like that, and now this will be the end of the station. Alright, that's most of the plants and trees around it done. Now, I always find it important that guests would actually be able to see a ride that I make. So usually I try to have 1 or 2 points where the track will actually be right next to a path and where guests would actually be able to see it. So for this ride, I put that little area over here. So here you have the path. I made some mesh fence around it and some really low plants, so guests here would actually be able to see the bicycles or the mountain bikes. Now this monorail for now still runs pretty much straight through this land, while in the rest of the park it really travels through several of these areas, and right here I want to do the same. So I will now relay this monorail. I will guide it just around the mountain bike track here, and then I'll make it go around this bobsleigh here. Then here it will follow the path, and then here it will follow the path to the station. Alright, now with most landscaping done and the monorail being relayed, I think it's time to finally start working on the station of the ride. Now, I already made the paths, also I'll probably need to hide this station piece, and I'll probably need to make a little roof above the station. Actually, now that I think of it, the track will be invisible anyway, so I won't have to hide this little piece of track. Alright, there's something I want to try out now. I haven't tried this before, but I think it will work. So I will close the ride now, and I will change it to let's change it to a river rapid ride. And I think it will be nice at some point if the bicycles look like they're rocking back and forth a bit, just as if they're driving over some rubble of the sort. So what I will do here is I will make some rapid sections, and as they go over it, that should actually make them do some rocking back and forth. I have to make sure that there's a chain lift on these track sections, or else the trains will get really slow all of a sudden. Okay, what I just realized is that it doesn't work, and I also have a reason for that. That's because these monorail cycles, they only have sprites for being upright, and for the rocking back and forth animation, that's for example also used in the river rapids. It uses the sprites for being sloped forwards and being sloped backwards. So yeah, since those sprites don't exist, these trains also will not do anything funny on those elements. But as these elements that I just included are invisible anyway, I will just leave them on the track, even while they won't do anything. Alright, I think that was enough building for this episode. So yeah, this might not be the most flashy edition, but I do really like watching these guests pedal along this course. It's quite a simple course, but mountain bike trail is not something you'll see in many parks. So yeah, also because I changed the ride type to lift, that means it's a transport ride, and because it's free, no money is used in this park, so all rides are free. Because of that, guests will ride transport rides regardless of their stats. So yeah, that's also what happened to this ride. I can show you the stats in a minute. So here's the stats of the ride. It's, as you can see, the intensity rating is terrible. Nausea rating is okay. Excitement rating is quite high, but that's also most likely because it's I changed the ride type to an elevator, and then sometimes weird stuff happens to the excitement rating. But yeah, it seems to be quite popular with the guests, and the throughput should also be okay. So the guests don't have to wait for too long. 8 minutes, probably a bit on the long side. There's actually quite a few bicycles waiting here. I could probably shorten the minimum waiting time, just so the throughput becomes a little bit better. 5 seconds should be enough time between all the bicycles. And it's also fun, since it's actually 2 circuits going around. It's actually fun watching them race against each other sometimes. Anyway, that will be it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed watching me build this. For the rest of the episode, I will just follow one of these bicycles, doing a lap around the track. See you later.